Three, two, one.
Hi. I'm going to be doing lots of these. I've just been told, so I might as well get used to it. So we're going to try to do this in one take. Hello, first of all. Some of you have already heard this and others have not. I've tried to contact some of you and others I haven't. So this is me reaching out and letting you know what's going on in my life. As you've already seen from the blog, at the beginning of the blog or the website, whatever it is, I am ready to embark on this ginormous mountain, and that's called CMML, that I will be going. Actually, it's not CMML, it's a bone marrow transplant. Um, the question I get asked most is, how did I find out? Well, I had been fighting with one of my doctors when they found that my cholesterol was high about a year and a half ago. And the first thing they did is throw drugs at me. And I was like, wait a minute, it's fairly low. Can we not do this by lifestyle changes? And she was like, nope, nope, you have family history of high cholesterol, so you got to do these drugs. So I didn't really like her response, so I changed doctors and went to another doctor, which he said, sure, go ahead. It's just emerging. Let's do your lifestyle changes. So I started doing less meat, less salt, more exercise, etc., etc. So back in June 6th to be exact, I went to get my cholesterol checked with a blood test. I went early in the morning, and around noon, the doctor calls me. Doctors don't call. I know. So the first thing I thought of was that my cholesterol was really high. So I'm like, yes, Dr. Visserman, how high is it? Now, I had cholesterol in my brain, but he did not. He had something else on his mind. And he goes, how did you know? Did somebody contact you? I go, no. I go, well, I'm assuming it's about the cholesterol. He's like, oh, no, your cholesterol's fine. You did okay. You lowered your cholesterol, so good for you. But we found some high white blood count. Can you come back for more tests? Oh, shit. What does that mean? He goes, well, it could be you either had an infection or you might have leukemia and you need to be on standby because it's AML. You need to go back to the hospital immediately. Now that got me pretty worried right away. So I went directly to back to the office, got some more blood work done. They were kind of vacillating between back and forth as to what I had. Finally, I went back a third time, gave more blood, and it came out that originally they thought it was CML, then they decided it was CMML, and it's a chronic Hunter help? Myelocytic.
I don't know.
Well, it's CMML, leukemia, and it is a rare form of leukemia that mostly hits men over 75. So, what? Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. But then he said, Dr. Visserman says, you know what? This is what you have. It has been now given back to the cancer department, to the oncology department, and they will be giving you a call. They did give me a call, but didn't give me an appointment for 2 weeks. So here I was living a 2-week span, going into every CMML rabbit hole you can imagine. So for 2 weeks, I lived with the experience of what I was reading, and from all of the great sources. It wasn't just some, jackpot, jackpot or whatever. It's okay, crackle pot. What is it? Like,
Crackle
it's cereal box information. I was actually going to the Mayo Clinic. I was going to the Anderson Center. I was going to Moffitt Center, Cancer Center, and basically what it said was it was my bone marrow was creating immature white blood cells, and they were also very prolific, which meant that my bone marrow was basically it just had a glitch. My body has a glitch and it's making bad blood. That said, in all of the readings, it did say that it had a life expectancy between 5 and 30 months, unless you were young and healthy. So in my head, because at 35, when I went to go see if I could have another child, I was given a pamphlet and it said pregnancy and the older woman. Well, in my head, in medicine, at 60, I must be really old. So I kind of took that off the table, and I lived in a space for 2 weeks that, okay, I got between 5 and 30 months. What am I going to do with my life? And I was okay with it. So I lived in that space until I saw my doctor. When I met him, he sat us down and confirmed that yes, I had CMML. He kind of was in a rush, hurry, looking at his watch. I didn't care for it, but he did let me know that I was considered young, and I, thank goodness, have been keeping a very healthy lifestyle. So I was also very healthy. So I was a candidate for a bone marrow transplant, which, if everything goes well, gives me another lease on life. So basically a reboot. Long story short, I was great insurance. Thank you, Tom. I was able to go anywhere in the United States. Obviously, the two best ones are CM Anderson and Mayo. But Dr. Padron, which is one of the top CMML doctors, was down in Moffitt, and Hunter actually did all of the research, and he suggested, Mom, you need to go there. Plus real estate. It's down in Florida where my family is, and it would be closer for them to come and visit. So I chose Moffitt as my place to actually climb this mountain. Now, when you say mountain, why do I say mountain? Personally, I don't attach myself to the war battle narrative that cancer tends to have. To me, I feel like I have a really big mountain I need to climb. And that said, I have started to find my Sherpas, or people that are going to help me on this climb. And I am lucky and very blessed that I have two fantastic adult children who have literally dropped everything that they're doing to do this with me. So that's a fantastic blessing. And I have Tom, who's going to stay in home base to take care of what needs to be done here upon my return. I would like to invite all of you guys to be my Sherpas, whether near or far, because it will take a whole group of us to make this climb.
It's more than a village.
Yes. So this climb is actually going to start in December. We are all, Anastasia, Hunter, and I will be heading down to Tampa on the 1st of December. Hunter was my donor. Yay!
Woo!
So I'm actually going to have what's called an allogenic transplant. That means that it's another person. I can't be my own donor just because my blood's bad. We were not able to find a full donor, and Hunter is a half donor, but he's considered it's called a haplo donor. And the reason why the rush is to do it so quickly is because I'm on the 3rd level. It's not called stage, it's called level of CMML, on the 3rd out of 4, which means that I have a greater chance of it turning to AML. And the reason we don't want it to turn to AML is because one of the very positive things that I have is that my body is extremely healthy. Most people that go through bone marrow transplants have already been battling something, whether it's they've already been battling some form of cancer, have been hit with radiation, chemotherapy, and I'm again blessed that I'm going in with a very healthy body. So hopefully that will translate on the other end as well. So I will be going in on the 1st of December. Hunter has a whole bunch of injections he needs to take in order to increase his stem cells. It's actually not even bone marrow anymore, it's all stem cells. And then they will be extracting his stem cells. I will be admitted on the 11th of December. And I will be conditioned. Condition is I will be bombarded with chemotherapy for about 4 or 5 days. and the idea is to kill all of the cancer cells in the bone marrow. And then on about the 16th of December, it'll be the transplant where they actually put in Hunter's stem cells into my system. I will be through nadir, which is like the lowest point, for about 6 to 10 days, and that's kind of like the touch and go. And then hopefully by the 27th, 28th of December, there will be what's called engraftment. And that is when Hunter's stem cells my body will use Hunter stem cells to start making its own blood. That's kind of the idea. There issues that are going to come. We don't know. There is something called graft versus host disease, where Hunter stem cells, or the stem cells in my body, will not recognize my organs, and it can be very light, as in something just on the skin, or the bigger organs like the skin or the intestinal tract, or it could go and hit something more serious, heart, lungs, eyes. How do I feel about that? Well, I mean, I have what I have. Again, just like I have a very healthy body, I think that in order to go through this journey, I need to have a very healthy mind. So I have chosen to not that I'm closing my eyes as to what can happen. No, I know exactly what can happen. I just can't worry about it because I don't know. I can't worry, oh, what if this is going to happen, and then get myself sick in the head now as we go if it doesn't happen. Let's get to it, and then we'll deal with it. I have my Sherpas that will take me through. A couple of things I want you guys to know. I have a plan in terms of how to keep myself busy as long as I can and when I can while I'm at the hospital. I will be there for a month. I want to get myself into a schedule, and the reason I'm saying this is because I want all of you to keep me on point, and to keep me accountable. There you go. Keep me accountable. I would like to have, during my day, I want to have at least 2 or 3 dance breaks. Oh, Isabella gifted me her karaoke microphone, so I have added at least a couple songs of karaoke. I will be doing at least some yoga movement, some Pilates movement, and lots of painting. So another fantastic thing that's coming out of this is that by the end of this, I am going to have my first huge series of paintings. I'm kind of very excited about that. I'm like a little kid in the candy store because I just got all of my brand new art material. So yay! So I invite you to be my Sherpa on the 28th of December, which is a Monday. I will be having a Sherpa party. I know a lot of you will not be here. I don't expect you to get here either, but because I have family members who would like to be here but would like to participate, we are going to be doing a Zoom. I will be sending out a Zoom link to it as well. I think it might be on the website by the time you guys get it, so never mind, it will be there. If you want to participate, because at the Sherpa Party 1, I will be thanking all of my Sherpas that are going to take me through this, and I will also be taking control of at least something that I can control, and these beautiful blue Haaren are going to go away. And believe it or not, that's kind of the hardest part of all of this, but I will come to terms with it, and it will be okay. I have asked my Sherpas that are here on the ground with me to bring me, or if you want to send me, something that I will be wearing in the hospital and then past the 100 days to wear on my head. Whether it's a cap, a beanie, a wig, something funky, a tiara, whatever you can come up with. And if it's something of yours that has your energy, even better. If not, no worries, because there'll be plenty. But during this, within this website, we will be blogging regularly, and I will be crediting who gave me the beautiful, this one's mine. I bought this one, but I will be crediting those that have given me. And by the way, another thing is, yes, there's going to be lots of to be seen. It
And they're
will
gonna see all of
be
it.
I am going to be doing this my way. So there's going to be lots of dancing, lots of music, lots of wings. I will be taking both my wings. And it is going to be during Christmas, so there's going to be decoration as well. No sadness, please, please, please. No sadness, only joy. And the one thing I ask is, yes, please pray for me. And when you make your intentions, please be active, because a prayer and intention is nothing unless there's an action behind it. And all that action means is a conscious thought. If the moment that you're sitting and see a beautiful sunset, or you're having a laughter because somebody said a great joke, if in mind I come to mind, just literally make the action of like, send it to me, send that good energy to me. And that's all I ask, because that is all I'm going to need, your energy being sent my way. Anyways, I think I said enough. Hunter, have I missed anything?
No.
No?
You said enough?
I've said enough. You might get sick of me by the end of this whole trip, but you have the choice of going poof, off. Love you all. And we are going to do this.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.